Alright, we're going to talk about how to find the volume of cones. Again, we know the diameter is the distance across a circle. We know that the radius is the half the distance across the circle. We know the height is how tall something is. And the formula for the volume of a cone, it takes 3 of these cones to fill up a cylinder that has the same diameter and the same height. So we can take the volume of a cone or of a cylinder and divide it by 3. Again, pi is 3.14, r is the radius, h is the height, and we know d is the diameter. So we write down our formula, pi r squared height divided by 3. The only difference between this and the last one is we're adding one additional step by dividing by 3. So we know pi is 3.14. I need to know the radius. We've been given a diameter because that's the distance all the way across the circle. So that would make my radius half of the diameter. 1/2 of 10 is 10 times 1 is 10, 1 times 2 is 2. That's 5. My radius is 5. So we will make that 5 squared. My height is 7, and I put it all over 3. We're bringing down 3.14. Remember that 5 squared is 5 times 5, not 5 times 2. So that gives me 25 times 7 divided by 3. When I multiply 3.14, 25, and 7, I get 549.5. And then we bring down our division bar and our 3. And that would give me a volume of 183.17 centimeters cubed. Again, you have to put your units cubed so you know you're talking about volume. Example 2. We have a volume of 183.17 inches cubed, a height of 7 inches, and we want to know what the radius is. So again, we write down our formula, volume equals pi r squared height divided by 3. Again, on the FSA, you will not be given the formulas, so you need to make sure you're memorizing them. Pi is 3.14. We don't know the radius, so we're going to keep that as r squared. The height is 7. And we're going to divide it all by 3. We also know that our volume is 183.17. So we have to get rid of our denominator first. Since this is dividing everything, the inverse is multiplying. So we're going to multiply everything, both sides, by 3. 3 times 183.17 is 549.51 equals, and we're going to write down what's left in the numerator. 3.14 times r squared times 7. Now we need to multiply 3.14 and 7. That gives me 21.98. And I bring down my 549.51. Oh, and I got to bring down my r squared. Then, since this is multiplication, we divide both sides by 21.98. And that gives me 25 equals r squared. The inverse of squaring a number is taking the square root. And the square root of 25 is 5 because 5 times 5 is 25. Alright, last example. An ice cream cone has a radius of 5 centimeters and a volume of 183.17 centimeters. What is the height of our ice cream cone? So the first thing we do is write down our formula. Volume equals pi r squared height divided by 3. We were given our radius, so 3.14 is pi. Radius is 5. We have to square it because that's part of the formula. We don't know our height. We divide everything by 3. Our volume is 183.17. So we've plugged everything in from our word problem. We have to get rid of the denominator first. Since this says dividing by 3, the inverse of it is multiplying by 3. That gives me 549.51 equals everything that's left in the numerator. We follow our orders of operation, which we have to do our exponents first. Remember, 5 squared is 5 times 5. So it gives me equals 3.14 times 25 times the height. Now we multiply 3.14 times 25. We get 549.51 equals 78.5. And I bring down my letter H. Since this is multiplication, we divide both sides by 78.5. And we have H equals 7.